Punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
Pavlik rips into him with a huge left hand to the body.
The Punchline.
Boxing's most interesting podcast.
Kelly Pavlik relentless when he got Dominguez.
In the middleweight division.
And you are here on the Punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez. And I'd like to throw out a little shout to Three Brothers Tent Rental out of Youngstown, Ohio. Very good company. They're just starting up, and they have all the accessories you need for, I would imagine, parties, receptions, or any event or gathering that you got. Again, it's Three Brothers Tent Rental.
No matter how big or small, they can accommodate you.
Yes, they can.
And also, I want to give a shout out to Everlast, Choice of Champions, one of our biggest and best sponsors. Thank you.
Very much so. Always work with Everlast, and always had the pleasure of doing it too. Everything always went smoothly. So, well, James, what do you think, man? What do you think this weekend coming up? Pretty big, bro.
I'm excited about tomorrow. I'm excited about the Spence and Brooke fight. I've been looking forward to this one since it was announced. And I'm really, we talked about a little bit with Karen when she was on here, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say Spence wins it early.
Man, Karen, I'm glad that we had her on because not only is she very nice and talented, but I think her boxing right now is definitely on point because kind of what she said is how I feel. I think that this is going to, if anything, I favor Kell Brook in this fight. Earl Spence, to me, right now, is still very inexperienced. Hell of a fighter, though. Can hit and is doing what he is supposed to be doing against who they are putting in front of him, and sometimes even better, which is good. But overall, though, Kell Brook is a very good fighter. My only question with Kell Brook is he did not get beat up in that fight with Triple G. Badly. What I mean by that, it wasn't a very bad punishment, but he had that broken orbital, and that right there, I don't know how that's going to play in the back of his head in a fight because that is a painful injury, and it happened at middleweight. I understand that, but sometimes with fighters, Earl Spence could pop, so he hits him with a good shot. I don't know if that but if it don't come in a factor, if that don't play in. Kell Brook is a very talented, very good fighter who's, bigger. I think that, it's going to be a very interesting fight, but I am taking Kell Brook in that fight. And I think that he wins, a unanimous decision, but, not like a blowout.
You want to bet some chicken wings on that fight?
You know what? We could do a friendly bet like that.
Let's do some chicken wings, huh?
Do that.
It's my birthday anyway. But
by that time, it'll be your after birth.
No, 27th. The fight's tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, your day of birth.
Day of birth is tomorrow.
Today's your pre-birth.
Pre-birth.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And anyway, my thing is this. Talent tells, and I've said that from the beginning. Do you remember when Gennaro Hernandez fought Floyd Mayweather early on? Yeah. What did everybody say? Gennaro has too much experience. He's going to, what happened? Rafael Ruelas and Oscar De La Hoya. De La Hoya was this big star coming up, and Ruelas fought everybody. And they said, and he just got blown out. Now, what I'm saying is this. Brook is better than good. He's a great fighter.
That's why I'm saying.
But what I'm also saying is Spence is better than great. He's going to be great. And what I'm saying is Brook does not like it to the body. Now you're talking about a guy like Spence who concentrates more on the body than any welterweight out there. Yeah. In fact, I would dare to say any fighter out there, he concentrates the body more. So,
but didn't you just, with the interview with Karen, say that Kell Brook is going to stop him in the fifth?
No, I said Spence is going to stop Kell Brook in the fifth.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not changing that.
No, again, too, on that, James, I agree with, I see what you're saying about when you bring up these other guys like the De La Hoyas and in Hernandez fights and stuff like that. But I'm going off the fact of that Kell Brook is a very good fighter and has proved it against top-level fighters, okay? And even if he didn't win, he has fought top-level fighters.
A few.
Yeah, a few.
Three or four.
Okay, but yeah, so he's got his feet wet with that, and he's a good fighter. I'm kind of, I guess, the Triple G thing is what's throwing me off, because the same thing I said about Triple G fighting, that he has shown all the tools and everything else, and he's gone in and dominated people.
Well,
but what's going to happen when he fights a natural big middleweight and somebody that he hits and they take the punch and they fire back hard ones of their own? And that's all I'm saying right now.
Well,
I mean, I favor Kell Brook in this fight. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going out there arguing. And this is for the people listening to that are going to sit there and go, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." I am just saying I favor Kell Brook, but
your opinion's not wrong.
anything can happen in this fight. I don't know. Errol Spence Jr. may go out there and lay it on Kell Brook, and I may come back next week and be like, "This kid is fucking for real."
James, you were right.
I may come back and be like,
James, you were right.
yeah. Or I may come back and be like, you know what? My gut, I was kind of right on this because he got beat by Kell Brook. I don't think Kell Brook's going to go in, knock him out. I don't think Kell Brook's going to dominate the fight by a huge margin. I think it's going to be a fight that could come down to you could win a unanimous decision by barely winning a fight.
My thing is this, Kelly. Kell Brook looked good against Triple G because he was smaller, he was faster, and the way Triple G fights is tight. We've discussed he's a tight fighter. He fights tight and he lands big shots. But he chased Kell Brook around for 3 rounds basically. Kell Brook landing and moving, he did it great. What happens when Kell Brook fights a guy that's just as fast, that can move just like him, that can pop too?
Well, everybody said Triple G was notorious for breaking down fighters, cutting off the ring.
And he did break him down.
Good hand speed.
He did.
Okay, so, but also Triple G is naturally 25 pounds heavier than Errol Spence.
How many welterweights have you sparred with that you had to track them down a little bit, you tracked them down, and finally you got them? Because they'll move a little quicker. Their hands a little quicker. They move a little quicker. It don't mean they're hurting you. It means that they're catching you. And then you finally track them down, you hit them, and it's over. The same thing.
And I'm not taking that away from Errol Spence. I said that he is a very talented fighter and natural, but he has not fought a Kell Brook yet.
Neither Kell Brook hasn't fought an Errol Spence.
I'm not saying that. But he has shown to fight more people like an Errol Spence than Errol Spence has fought people like a Kell Brook.
But the people are not lining up to fight Errol Spence. That's the thing. The only one that really went out of his way to fight him was the white kid that fought Pacquiao.
I just got cummed on by my coffee.
You just made me mess this whole thing up with
Well, good, because I'm getting you're arguing something
Algieri.
with me.
Algieri. He ate Algieri up, which Algieri's not. But look in the fashion he did it. Other than Pacquiao, no one's done that to him.
All right. Again, I don't know how I'm trying to fucking word this to you.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I'm just trying to say.
Kell Brook has fought champions, good fighters, okay? And he's jumped up. Not only he jumped up 2 weight classes and fought a supposedly king middleweight, and and fought him.
Yeah.
If he got stopped in the 4th round or 3rd, whatever round or not, he still got the experience from 3 rounds at 2 weight classes above. Now, Errol Spence, on the other hand, has shown all the skills and everything else, but he has not fought. So I guess mainly what I'm saying, I can't wait to see, because if Spence goes in and dominates the fight, then yes, again, we could for sure sit here and be like Spence Jr. is the real deal.
You were right, James.
Yeah, and I would probably even go as far as saying that, he's easily hands down number 1 welterweight right now. With all the talent that's in that weight class, I would say Errol Spence is the number 1 fighter.
I just don't think I don't think it's going to be as hard as people are letting on. I
think Errol Spence would have an easier time, to be honest with you, with the Thurman.
No, I could agree with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah, a lot easier.
No, I don't think Thurman's the fighter that Brook is.
And you're like busting my balls a little bit about the Porter thing. Oh man, you keep mentioning his name, but I think that's a fight right there that kind of fits into Errol Spence Jr.'s because of the styles, fits in better for him because of his power and strength himself. Earl Spence can hit and he can hurt Sean Porter coming in, and he's strong enough physically to push Porter off, or maybe try to push Porter off of him, as where I just didn't see a Crawford could do that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
But also on the same token, Broner almost put Porter away. He lost the fight.
but Broner's still a great fighter too, though.
Oh, okay. But Errol Spence punches decades harder than Broner does. If he hit Porter with that same shot, Broner...
We don't know if Spence hits how hard he hits.
Oh, we know how hard he hits. It shows.
I mean, right now, obviously, he hits hard.
The kid, and even in the amateurs, I mean, I know it's the amateurs, still had the highest knockout percentage almost in amateur history. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And, he goes into the fight.
Dude, you're knocking 85% knockout ratio in the amateurs. You know how hard that is to even have a 40% knockout ratio?
So my main thing overall that I'm going to keep saying is we don't know. And I'm interested to see.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be Earl Spence's legitimate test.
Well, both fighters are great. I mean, there's no getting around it.
And again, it's great that we can have this conversation. It's great in boxing when you can have this conversation and bring up 3 other guys that fight in the same weight class as comparisons. That goes to show you how good of a weight class that is and how exciting it's going to be, not just this weekend, but the future, how everything comes out or comes to be.
Yeah, I agree. I enjoy not being able to play the what-if game or the monkey fuck game. Well, I bet at Crawford he couldn't do it at 140 because you can't find no one else at 147.
And Crawford, with his frame,
Crawford
he's skinny, but he's
47
tall.
Anytime.
He's going to move to 147.
And I think that's going to really tell who Crawford really is.
I agree.
I think that'll tell if he's a superstar or was he just in a good weight class.
Yep. But other than that, man, I think it's going to be exciting. I think it was a great show today.
I do too.
It was, again, with Karen on, I'd like to thank her. And, we're going to have her back on because of the knowledge that she has in the sport. And, she's probably going to be having more interviews with other guys. And what I would like to do is tap into that too.
Yeah.
Like how the interviews went, hear her side of it, like what they had to say to her. And I think it'll be interesting. And then,
I agree.
Of course, we've the last 2 months, man, we've been very fortunate with some good fights. So
yeah, and like I said, I'm happy to be back in the studio. We've had a lot of things come. I want to dedicate the show to your mom. She's a wonderful woman. She's a sweet woman, and God rest her soul. And I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
And I was happy I got a chance to know her. She's a good part of all the rest of you.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm happy we're back and getting this going again.
Missed deeply.
Yeah.
It's a hurt that people that have lost loved ones that close, they understand. But when they say that, it rips a piece of your heart out. Like I never really understood that saying. Like you could imagine, because I never lost a parent or anything, but now I understand, what that means.
Yeah. Like I said before,
she wanted me to keep on trucking and do good and they'll just like with this show, keep it going and have everything in a positive way.
Well, do you want to mention what else we got going on? Bringing our own.
Yeah, man, we got a whole shitload going on actually. We're leave what the 28th,
29th,
29th,
or the 28th. We're leaving.
Yeah, for Atlanta, Georgia. Boxing show down there, which I will have the luxury of commentating. So
yep, and it's through Buckhead Boxing.
I am just getting ready. I mean, I don't think is it going to be like where a lot of people can hear it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I got to get back and get ready for the heat of like where everybody talks about like Roy Jones and Hopkins and Max Kellerman and
the first thing you got to do is get rid of that emphysema that's going on right now because you keep coughing up the storm. You got a cold or something.
No, it's my sinuses, man.
Yeah.
But just get ready to take the fucking shots from that one. Everybody goes, you fucking hear that idiot fucking.
Well, you know what? No matter what you do, you can sit around.
But I can sit there and be like, motherfucker, they didn't ask your ass to come and commentate, right?
Well, you can sit around all day and not say nothing, and they would have something to say.
Oh, I know, but that's the best part.
You see the way Kelly's looking?
That's kind of why I stray away from talking shit about, like, the boxers that commentate. Yeah. Like, well, there ain't nobody asking your sorry ass sitting on a damn Facebook making comments. Ain't nobody care about you coming to commentate a fight.
True.
Shut the hell up, you fucking Facebook douchebag. So that's my comeback for it.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
If you don't violate, don't listen.
Well, we got that with
yeah.
Buckhead.
But I'm excited for that though, because that's going to be neat, especially down at the gym down there, and it's going to be pretty exciting.
It's being put on by great people too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then we're going to working on a date, but actually coming up quickly too. Next month, we're going to be putting together a very, very good, talented, filled with great fighters, amateur fighters, the up and coming, maybe some possible Olympic fighters that will be representing the United States. It's going to be here in town by my hometown in Youngstown, and we're going to put together that show card, and it's going to be where the fans, because boxing still has a very big boxing fan base, and what we're going to do is bring so they can see talent and mainly what it's like. Like, yeah, we're going to keep our local guys on there because Youngstown loves following their local fighters, but we're also going to bring in a lot of talent too. So that way people that follow the pro sport and boxing, that way they get like a little behind the scenes of like how these guys progress, what it's like, when they hear like, oh, he won the national tournament. Kind of show these people like really what a national champion level fighter looks like. You see a lot of guys in amateur fights.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good, man. Yeah, that guy is good, and they are good, but there is like a big difference between. It would be like watching somebody who's pretty fast running the 40-yard sprint and watching an Olympic sprinter go, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put that together.
I think we have guesses from Dallas coming, from Texas Select coming, and then Joe from Philadelphia is bringing some of his national champions, 2 of them. So I think right there, and then we want to bring some in from California, Texas,
Texas,
Colorado, maybe the Army team.
Yep. And so, and of course, and the local guys too. So
local guys will gain, win or lose. These local guys are going to get experience that you can't get anywhere else.
And it's a show fight. Like what we talked about a couple shows ago. That's where you want. If you're going to lose, and I hate to say it this way, but it's true, and people have to understand that. But the amateurs, you're going to lose fights, unless very, very few. I mean, less than 1% go undefeated in an amateur career.
It doesn't happen
unless they fight all smokers. 10 fights.
Yeah.
But that's where you want to lose in these shows like that, and you can get the experience because you don't want to lose in a tournament. Mm-hmm. That's the bad part. Tournaments you want to win because it gets you signed with bigger promotional companies, gets you ranked, gets you qualifying for Olympic trials, and so on and so on. But yeah, these shows, I mean, this is where you really get the experience also too. Well, you can get it, and it's just going to be good for the fans and everybody else. So hopefully we'll have more to come on the next show on the exact date, the exact location. But right now, everything seems to be falling in place with the people, with USA Boxing and everything else, and all the steps that we need to get it running.
Well, and then don't forget this, boxing seminars that you're doing.
Yeah, keep me busy.
We've been setting up boxing seminars for bringing Kelly to the gym, to different gyms all over the country, and teaching a seminar on boxing, a Q&A, and just things like that. And I think we're headed to Dallas for that, and then we got one going on in Colorado. So if anybody out there is interested in bringing Kelly Pavlik in and working with your fighters and talking to your fighters, giving some advice, go ahead and get in contact with us, and we'll set something up.
For sure.
And like I said, today's a great show, and I appreciate you coming on and being here. And I want to thank our new producer, Joe, for helping us out today.
Yeah, Joe.
Good job.
Good. Joe's a cool ass dude. And hey, man, we're gonna be getting you in. We're gonna need some input from you too. So.
All right.
Yeah, get ready for it. It'll be fun too. We won't put you on the spot or anything.
We'll bring the stripper back on, and then we'll bring him on too, like we did last time.
Well, no, we'll bring the stripper and him on at the same time.
No, like we had brought on a bartender that works at a what are those called? Swinger club.
Okay.
And we did a show with her, and she told about all her experiences and things she's seen. That show did not make it to air because.
Yeah, we didn't know. It didn't make the air because we did not know exactly like
how detailed she was gonna go.
Yeah. And then as like we got questions, like we want to ask questions about like what she's talking about. And it just got like really, I mean, even for us, I was kind of
I'm like, what is a BB? What does the BBW and a DP mean? What the fuck does that mean? I have no idea.
Yeah, so then I was kind of like after the show, I told you, like, I don't know about that show, man. Like, that's just, we didn't expect that. You know, I literally thought that it was going to be her talking about, like, yeah, well, you know, some weird things go on behind closed doors and this, and I bartend and kind of just tap into like that. But then it got like really.
I didn't know she was going to go gangsta on us and just tell her, be straight up. Like, I had to go to church afterward.
Yeah, gotta go take a shower. Wash the filth off.
I think you should air it. Put it up for the hardcore fans, maybe.
I think so. Hey, we have it. We can just put it up.
There's too many fucking trolls out there, especially with me, man. There'd be so many motherfuckers out there.
Like, oh, Kelly Pavlik's a pervert now.
Oh, yeah, they fucking... And like we were just saying now, it was innocent on our part. I'm not just saying that to make us look good. It really was. I mean, and there was a lot of funny shit in that interview, too, that I really would have liked to put out there. But I just know how people are like, oh my God, that's... You know,
you sexually harassed that poor girl for an hour.
Yeah,
right.
I'm surprised the microphones didn't catch fire, you piece of shit. You know, like that's how people are, man. The same ones that are probably out sneaking into a fucking strip club themselves, getting laid. So that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Or bitching at us while jerking off, listening to this video, listen to that show.
Yeah, listen to her. But
she was pretty hot though.
Yeah.
But like I said,
show.
Like I said, till next week then. And
next week will be interesting, man. Again, hopefully it's a great fight, which seems like it's going to be.
I think
we have a lot of good stuff to talk about.
I think next week we're looking at bringing Robert Garcia on.
Okay.
And Roger Romo. And I think we're going to have a good show, and we're going to get Mikey back on.
Cholo.
We're going to get Cholo on, and then we're going to bring Mikey back. We're going to find out for sure, is the Broner fight happening or not?
Yeah, I think there was a pretty reliable source that we got it from.
Yeah, it's not happening.
That it's not happening, but again, it's boxing, and you never know. And we're not there on the everyday.
And money talks.
Yeah, negotiations and whatnot. So, but till then, stay tuned, people. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next week on the Punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.